So we got 30,000 subscribers just now, and I wanted to talk a little bit about um, where this is, how this happened, kind of quickly, and where things are going. I'm trying to open up the chat window so I can see you guys. I see some hearts coming through already. Thank you. I saw a light come through. Thank you. A few people in the room now. So I'm going to be checking the chat box to answer some questions tonight and kind of try to engage with you guys a little bit. Try to make it a little bit of a back and forth. So please. So when I went to adjust the phone there, it cut out, but I'm back. So yeah, we were languishing with channel growth for a long time. And what I was going to discuss with you guys tonight is what it's been like dealing with YouTube and kind of some of the concepts that I've been kicking around, to go forward without losing what we've done here and what we're doing here. So I see that the light is kind of funky on my glasses because it's not really set up to be where it is. But the interesting thing is, I've mentioned before that I tried to run an ad with YouTube, and that they refused to run any ads for the channel at all for a year. And I knew this because I would check back about every, month or two, and I try to run an ad. I just promote, one of the videos. When I say run an ad, I just simply mean to promote the video, which the way that YouTube is supposed to do it is they promote it to the same kind of an audience that that is kind of a lookalike audience, the kinds of people that watch it. So the demographic that watches it, they'll show the video, just a regular video like you guys see. And so they refused every one of them, even if I didn't mention NMN in the video, they would reject it. And the reason I was trying to run the ads is because I was trying to expand our reach, grow the channel, because that's what's most fun about it. And if we don't talk to new people, we're only talking to the same people over and over again. And I think if we're going to fight for NMN, if we're going to spread the word about NMN, if we're going to try to defeat the FDA and their efforts and David Sinclair's efforts with NMN, then we need more people to be involved. So it just makes sense to try to grow the channel. And I thought, well, I'll boost some of these videos because YouTube, a year ago, right when the legit script kind of ban took place, where they said they put NMN on a database that won't allow any advertising, and that's what triggered Amazon removing NMN. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this topic because this gets really interesting with what's going on right now. And I thought, well, how can we do this? I really thought about going horizontal to another platform. I thought about, ways to maybe doing this, maybe doing some live videos once a week, once in a while. And what it came down to was, it just seemed to be the only real viable option was to kind of pay to promote some of these videos and try to bring in new viewers that way. Select the audience. I'm not going for views. You could select what you promote, right? And I select audience growth. And they just kept rejecting the videos. They just would say disapproved was their word. And then they would say NMN in big letters. And there was a link down in the email further for legit script. So it's the same story. It's the same ban story. So it's kind of been an interesting test. See, my belief is that the walls are going to start cracking on this ban because the FDA hasn't done anything with the NMN ban. And so I don't think, with it being supposedly a $2.5 billion industry, according to David Sinclair now, right? I don't think companies like Amazon and Google, YouTube, Walmart are going to stay on the sidelines indefinitely without FDA taking any concrete action. So that's why I keep kind of trying to run the ad again because the NMN is not on a list, official list at Google or anything you can view at LegitScript. So it seems like it's on some secret list. It's like a secret ban. Like really, people who don't believe in conspiracies, I mean, this is really crazy. We have it on good authority that the FDA contacted LegitScript and requested that they put NMN because there was a ban pending on NMN, and they asked them to ban it and put it on their list. So the funny thing that happened, that it's really crazy, it's been going round and round and round with YouTube, is that they put Hey Chung and Hey Al75. I see both you guys, people popping up in the chat. I don't think that Google's going to hang on to this forever. I don't see how they can. I don't see how they could pass up. If it's $2.5 billion industry, the ads would be in the millions of dollars. And I just don't see how they can continue to stay on the sidelines. So I would just try to run, I'm not spending that kind of anything like that. I'm spending, at best a few $100s to run a few promote ads, basically boost some videos and try to grow the audience. And every 2 months, as I said, I would try to do this and I'd get this email disapproved. And I got one 6 weeks ago, disapproved. I'm like, man, I keep thinking somebody at, hi Jenny, I've seen you comment before. Thank you for following the channel. So I thought something's got to break. Some mid-level manager's got to come into work one day and say, what are we doing? Doing the FDA's work. We're banning a substance that isn't even banned. We've removed a substance that they haven't even taken final action on, to their own admission. If anyone at YouTube saw one of these videos, I think their eyes would begin to open up. Why are we passing up on all this money when it's going out, when NMN's growing like wildfire everywhere else that it's allowed, but we're just doing the FDA's dirty work? So lo and behold, an ad went active out of the blue. And I found this out, a boosted video, because a video started to get traffic. And I started to get some new subscribers out of nowhere one day. And I investigated it, and then finally I realized maybe one of those ads suddenly is running for some reason. So I went to my promotions. Yes, it was called active, but limited in parentheses. I still don't know what limited means in this context. But I was happy enough that something was running. And I'm thinking, okay, are these the cracks in the walls and the foundation of this quote unquote ban? Is this the beginning of something? And then the ad kept running, and I boosted some other video, and then it ran. And then the first video that inactive went away after 2 days. Remember, this ad was disapproved. Then it was active, and then with limited after it, and then the limited went away, and it was just active. Now I'm thinking, holy crap! And I'm even writing to the head of Team NMN, who's defending NMN with the FDA, and I said, look at this. Something's going on here. Google is changing their mind about NMN, and I ran another one with NMN in the title. That went active. And then 2 days later, it was disapproved. Then out of the blue, all of them went disapproved. This happened a few days ago. So it was like, okay, and NMN was the reason. And then a day later, they went active again. So it's as if Google's fighting with itself over NMN. I kid you not. This has happened 4 times. Where a video goes disapproved, the next day it starts getting views again, it goes active. It's as if a Google policy, ads policy manager is anti-NMN or pro-FDA, and then maybe another one actually saw the channel and goes, what are we doing? And they turn the ads on again, and then the next shift comes in, and that guy turns it back off again. So I'm somehow being played. I feel like I'm in the middle of something going on at Google, at YouTube. And so here we are. I'm telling you guys about it. I'm also telling YouTube about it by just posting about it, hoping that the algorithm picks up that something's broken. Now, I don't want them to fix it in the sense of banning all the ads, But I do, hey, WS Bill, wanted to thank you for doing this live stream. You need to do more of these live streams. If you can at least once a week or 2 weeks, it's important. Thank you for what you do. You're welcome, Bill. I'm happy to do this. I'm, continuing to just vlog my life. The reason I didn't start doing live videos before was because we had really, really shoddy internet. Another crazy thing I've been fighting with is the internet companies here. And in Germany, we're in an old town, and they had to tear up the streets, and they put fiber optic in, and then they only ran partial fiber optic because that company went bankrupt. I'm sorry for the TMI, but it is live. I'm giving you guys all the details. So it took over a year to get new internet here from the time I signed up for it, and it precluded the ability to do an effective live stream. It just wasn't. It wasn't feasible. And so finally, that got kind of solved. We have mostly pretty good internet, although we have like gaps during the day when it just stops working. But it's mostly much faster. To give you an idea, it used to take me 4 to 6 hours to upload a regular video to the channel. And after the internet was updated, it takes 20 minutes. So it's much faster. It's just not as stable. So that's why we're now able to do live videos. Long story for you guys. Yes, Chung, I've been on the dial-up for sure. Saba from India asks where I'm from. I am from the United States, but I live in Germany. I travel a lot. I'm kind of a worldly citizen, I guess you'd say. But my family and I were just in France for a couple of weeks. We go every summer. And it's just, so easy because you just drive your car, rent a place. You don't have to pay for airline tickets, and it doesn't get too confusing to kind of travel around. When you live in Europe, people get in their car or get on the train and just go to different countries. So that's one of the things we really love about living over here. So nothing against the United States. We get back when we can to visit. As a matter of fact, I upload videos now and then from my parents or someplace that we may be in the United States. Bill is from Detroit, Michigan. I appreciate the like. I know that we have this core audience. I know that we have a group of people that always comes back. And that's why I'm still doing this. Because if it was just up to YouTube and growth reasons, I just wouldn't do it. Oh, I need to come to India now. I have an invitation from Saba. That's great. It'd be fun. It'd be a fun thing to do for sure. I think that there are a lot of opportunities to spread the message. I'll tell you why I haven't gone out and just started a show on X or something in Rumble, because they're doing stuff together. And that's kind of what I'm looking at to do going forward, is putting something together in another platform simultaneous to this platform. So maybe that would be a once a week thing with guests. And we talked to Dr. Shi and Dr. Vonda. Vonda's got over 1 million followers now on Instagram. So especially if you're a female, because she talks a lot about menopause and a lot of female issues, but she's also an orthopedic sports surgeon. So men, you guys should be following Dr. Vonda as well. Just a shout out to her. But yeah, she's now over 1 million followers. When we first started talking, she was like, I don't know, 10, 20,000 on Instagram. And she just blew up over the last couple of years. And she's a big NMN doctor. So, and she's been on the Today Show. She's written books. She's a published author, and she's had great real world success with NMN. One of the things that frustrates me so much, and maybe I should talk more about this, and I think we should cover this more and kind of emphasize some of the discussion on this more, is that NMN is being used by doctors, not just functional medical doctors, but surgeons, or multiple orthopedic surgeons are using NMN to help patients heal faster and recover faster. So if you're having an orthopedic surgery for sports reasons, you want that to heal fast, and you want to get back on the field. You want to get back in the game. And NMN is helping people get back in the game. It's helping people with menopause. Dr. Vonda calls it her go-to for menopause, and her office is insane. If you're in Florida and you're anywhere near Orlando, you should pay a visit to her clinic and say hello, because Dr. Von der Wright has the most advanced sports clinic and facilities and testing facilities. It's so next level, you wouldn't even believe it. And she posts clips from where she's at. I mean, they test the brain, when you're doing fitness. It is really fascinating what they do over there at her clinic. And I'm calling it her clinic. I think she's not an owner per se, but she's very involved, obviously, and has her own offices and her own staff. And she interacts with different departments in the clinic. So they do all kinds of great testing over there. And yeah, this is so true. NMN needs more really good human clinical data. Nobody here disputes that we need solid clinical data. The rub is, that's going to help probably the drug side of it more than it's going to help the supplement side of it, because supplement companies can't make what's called disease cure claims. So even if they found out that NMN cured a disease, flat out cured a disease, a supplement company couldn't say that. A drug company could, which is probably a really good case for NMN being a candidate for both a drug and a supplement, which I've also said many times. It's the exclusive drug part with a natural ingredient like NMN where we really throw our hands up in the air and say, stop, you can't take this. And as I've said before, the supplement industry is just saying this is a non-starter. You can't take NMN because they could take that. They could take anything. It's in milk. If you could take that and make it an exclusive drug, you could take anything. So, but NMN in the real world, as many people on this channel, thousands who are taking it, and thousands who have commented over the past 3 years, the 30,000 subscribers, right, that we're talking about and celebrating here today, and I want to thank you guys again for that. And if you're not subscribed, please add to that number. Let's hit 40K and just grow in spite of YouTube. But there is so much real world data, not just from end users through channels like this and through word of mouth, but there are people who are doctors, actual medical doctors, not even just functional doctors, who can prescribe this, who are just getting it for their patients or telling them to take NMN. And this happens all over the place. I hear from people, they don't post in the comments, they write to me. And so I know that dozens of doctors have chimed in on the discussion that we're having and have told me, literally said, look, Marcel, you are right on the mark. So when people push back on NMN and its benefits, sometimes that comes up in the comments. But the doctors that I talk to on a weekly, monthly basis or interact with are over and over again reporting back to me and telling me, you're right on the mark, keep going, keep pounding it, keep preaching the message because you're helping people. When doctors are telling you you're helping people, yeah, you want to keep going. You want to keep talking to people. You want to keep doing things. I see Saba subscribed. Thank you. Mentioned orthopedics. I had an artificial, this is from Jenny Harrison, longtime viewer. Had an artificial hip installed 3 years ago and was taking NMN. My surgeon said my recovery was faster than any of his other 200 patients, regardless of age. I love it, Jenny. And this has gone on over and over and over again. I'll switch topics a little bit and keep an eye on the comments for other people to chime in. Another great story. I know it's anecdotal, but is it anecdotal when your doctor is overseeing your care and telling you you're healing faster? And other people are saying the same thing, so it's not an outlier that NMN helps recovery. If you ask, again, Dr. Von der Wright, it absolutely does, beyond a shadow of a doubt in her mind. I've been experimenting. And one of the reasons I haven't gone out and put an X show together and different, looked at, Twitter, as you guys know, put something else together on Rumble and put a bunch of effort into some other things is because I'm putting effort into my own self-improvement, my own wellness. I'm exercising more and more and more and coming back and reporting to you and going back and exercising and coming back and reporting to you. What I recently came across, and I'm talking, this is really fresh over the past 3 weeks. What I've discovered is I've been playing things a little bit wrong with my fitness. So if I go out and run 5 or 6 kilometers, which I usually do. Right now, I do once a week. And I sort of decreased that over the winter because I was just exercising less in general. And maybe you guys could tell I have kind of trimmed down a little bit more this time of year. I've got a little bit of sun. I've been playing a lot of tennis. What I've been doing the last 3 weeks is going out and exercising really hard on the weekends. But when I'm recovering, those days after, I'm also playing tennis, running sprints, jumping rope. So in other words, my lay down days, my level off days are now much higher. If the intensity level was a 4 of my max fitness before, then my rest days, 1 day, maybe 2 days. I mean, I've been active every day, but maybe my exertion level was 1 or 2. Now my exertion level is a 7 or 8, maybe even for me, maybe even a solid 8. And my days after, my lay down days, my take it easy days are 4. And you would think, well, wait a minute, you're just going to burn yourself out because if you had to recover from a 4 before, well, no, I was able to push my max exertion, my max exercise level up really high so that instead of a normal day is just walking around, a normal day for me is running sprints, jumping rope, playing 2 hours of tennis. And this has changed my life quite a bit just recently because I'm able to play tennis more days a week because I'm maxing out much higher. This is probably something Vonda's had a lot of experience with. And the level days, which are quote unquote, maybe rest days, recovery days, I'm exercising 2-3 hours those days. That's my recovery. And the reason I know it's working is because if I run on a Sunday, as I did this week, 6 kilometers, 31 minutes, and it's slow, by the way, because I'm just getting back to that. I was to about 28 minutes before for 6K. So it was a little bit slow, but that was a max run for me. Monday was, I played tennis, I trained, I did sprints, I jumped rope with the boys, but it was a little bit slower than I really want to be. Tuesday was better, which was today. I played 2.5, 3 hours of tennis and did the warm-ups that I do before that, which is jump rope. And there's a bunch of exercises that me and my sons do on the court to get ready. Tomorrow I have a tournament, 2 matches. But today I feel better than I did yesterday. And I exercise for 3 hours. So long story short, at least NMN and the overall routine that I'm doing is helping me reach levels that I could have only imagined. Like any one of these days would have been a max day before that I would have needed 3 or 4 downtime days to fully recover from. But while I'm now recovering, I'm actually still exercising. So anyways, kind of fun, kind of cool. Looking at the comment section, trying to see who might have some other stories they want to weigh in on, some things they want to talk about. Got a great study sent to me. I haven't even had time to look it over yet. Danny at DoNotAge just sent me a new independent study about a relationship between NMN and Alzheimer's, a positive relationship. And NMN was helping treat and prevent Alzheimer's. I got to read the study and I'm going to do a video on that soon. So we're seeing all kinds of stuff coming through, positive studies. Again, we need more positive clinical data. We're looking for that. We're excited to see that, but at the same time, we can't ignore the real data that we're seeing every day from people, right? Reporting and their own experiences from their own lives. I'll kind of wrap up. This was a quick impromptu posting, and really to celebrate these 30,000 subscribers. We picked up another 7 while I've been talking, so it's 30,007 if you're watching the channel there and seeing that. We had quite a few views come through on this video in the time I've been talking to you guys live. It says there's 17 viewers, but when I look at the data, the analytics, 115 people have watched already some portion of the video. So there's more people that are watching, or they're going to come back and watch it when it's done, or maybe they came in late and they're going to come back and watch it when it's done. If I go on too long, until we really get to where people are used to this and getting in the comment section and weighing in. Until we get used to all of this, I think it's going to be tough to talk much longer than this 25 minutes for now live. But eventually I'll go longer as there's more demand and interest. So thanks for tuning in, you guys, to my first live in a couple of years, I think. And looks like things went okay. So I look forward to hearing from you more in the comments. And let me know what kind of questions you have or topics you want me to cover. I'd love to interact more. I get a lot of questions and I answer them in the comments. But it'd be cool to answer them in front of an audience, in front of some people watching, which I don't always get a chance to do. So let's try and do that in the next live video. I'll see you, and I'll announce it a little bit sooner. But today was like really last minute because everything was on fire with the subscribers today, and we were going to hit that big number, and we did. So let's get to 40,000. Thanks for your help. See you guys soon.